Ladies, let me have everyone's attention, please. Echibuzo chiberako time. Let me bust your bubble. Lecturer agambye time up.
Let them bring the exam to your neighbor now.
Yes, it is time for us to adjudicate.
What is sexually active? We needed to really understand it, because me, I'm a mother. There's a time when you're breastfeeding a boy, and he gets an erection. I don't know if it has happened to some of your mothers. The minute the guy gets on your breast, he gets an erection. They are connected. So So that sexually active needed to be clarified. So at the end of the day, we have sexually active that is directly maybe with the brain involved. Intention. And then we have what we call a body reaction. Okay? Because there's a certain age where even though someone sees something, they don't react. Okay? But the minute the brain is put in place, maybe then the activity, the chemistry then comes in. So we needed to get some more clarity, and then we come to maybe an age. But again, it's a problem, because now this guy of 8 months showing you that he's sexually active on your lap is some other thing to really think about. So we need to be very, very careful as we are going on this thing. Thank you very much.
Okay, so when you ever read a newspaper and they say sexually active, it actually means being involved in a sexual activity.
Intentional.
The sexual activity can be by self. That's when you find a boy masturbating or a girl touching themselves, but with pleasure. Yes, with an intention of pleasure. The young children who touch their penis, especially the boys, that is scientific also. Medical school. Oh, okay. As you greet me, you learn. That's called a stage in growth. Tujita oral anal stage. They get interested in areas around their anus for which the penis is. Katomwana asobola okwekwata ku ka penis naye nga talina intention ya romantic pleasure. Whereas sexually active aba kitegeera nti kyaliko kyekyo era kimunyumira era akyagala, even to repeat and all that. Yes, so that's what it means.
That's the clarification now.
You see, meeting and greeting with a doctor, benefits are starting.
There was one lady over there. I want us to just hear what she had to say. Yes.
This one.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
My name is Sharon, and I'm so excited to be here. It's quite an interesting conversation. Thank you so much for the clarity. I was going to elaborate on that, but I had a brief discussion with him concerning the question, and I came to realize that, and I'm so humbled that I oversee a teens ministry in my church. So I have a lot of exposure with teenagers, but 10 years will be a little tricky. That's why before I was going to elaborate on my answer to contradict her concern. I was looking at what degree or what percentage of exposure a child is in before we can have the perspective of a child being sexually active. But thank you so much, doctor, for clearing the ground and giving us the degree in which a child, what being sexually active is. But in a nutshell, to my concern, and out of exposure, there is a difference in generation. Because if you look at the previous generation, the way they were exposed is totally different from the .com generation.
True.
So you find the degree in which the exposure is how children, because this generation is a fast-moving generation, it's a forward-moving generation. And also if you look at the academic criteria today, is that we are so much exposed on internet. Teachers are telling you do research. Research is the end of the day. It's not like those days go to the library and read. But today, it's just a minute in the class as you're teaching. You're told, open up your gadgets, check on Google. So it's just a minute that somebody can go and tap and they're exposed. So looking at the adolescent group, you come to realize that on average, most children are exposed depending on the level of exposure. Yes, depending on the level of exposure. But of course, as your body starts having changes, and you come to realize that on average, majority, like the girls mainly, the girls easily get enticed, and girls are vulnerable. They can easily get enticed. So you come to realize that majority get exposure between senior 1, senior 2, but mainly the senior 2 level of 14 years. Why? Because when you're in vacation, P7, you're really wondering the next stage of life. Because there you're still a little innocent. But of course, with this generation, because of exposure, that's why I said earlier, depending on the exposure. Yes, but you come to realize that majority get exposed around senior 2, because now they still the peer pressure and exposure. So that entices them to go into that direction. And also depending on the kind of friends that they've interacted with, internet, that's why you find so many are exposed into pornography today. So it makes a child to get to know that you come to realize they even know things more than their parents. Then the boys, you come to realize the boys are so much into their ego. They invest a lot in ego. By the time they come to realize about these issues of relationships, it's roughly around 16 years. On average, I didn't say that it must be, but on average it's 16 years. On the girls, on average it's 14, depending on the exposure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think she has given us some very good insights, seeing that she works a lot with these teenagers. But like I said, this is a session that is helping us open our minds. You know, children are different. Everyone deals with different children. The upbringing is different. The exposure is different. There are so many factors that can justify someone's answer. So thank you so much for that.
I want to affirm, parents, I want to thank you for giving us your children in the first boot camp. Doctor, I want to tell these parents, kids of 8 below, we enjoy it. Kids can ask questions and you're like, what? Is this child 8 years? So I wanted to affirm what she was saying. .com children, we should be careful with them.
There is a lady over there, Hajat. Yes.
Kids used to have these things. Kids used to do all those weird sexually related things. It's not all about the exposure. It's not all about the exposure. This thing has been happening. That digitalization and everything has only sparked us to know that actually it happens. Because people born in my generation and the days before, those in my mother's generation, girls used to get married at 12. And some of them, even before they got married, they were already active. So that digitalization and exposure has only sparked or justified that actually it happens. But in my days, I saw these things happen. To me, they don't surprise me. And I use my experience with the children I deal with day in, day out for the past 20 years. I use my personal experience to tell them, yes, at 10, yes, we can talk about sex. Because I know they are exposed. Like she said, even from the house. Many children, majority, more than 70% of Ugandans don't have access to digitalization. Even the internet. But deep down in my village, in Panyam, kids know all these things because of what she said. They stay within one house. They practice what the parents did. So, these things happen as early as possible.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that submission. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to reiterate that this is an open thinking session, and it's from our various experiences and our various knowledge bases that we are able to understand that, we pick on your minds to understand the various opinions that you have. So let me request Dr. Hanifah to just come in and completely seal this off, and then we can go into the next question. Thank you.
Okay, my dear parents, we are already in the session, and the intention of those questions was to open your minds up. There is what we call sexuality. Any feeling, that's part of sexuality. But what we are talking about here is sexually active. Kitegeeza ng'omwana atandise okutegeera n'okunyumirwa ebyokwegadanga, the romantic touches, the romantic videos, the romantic feelings. You get what I mean? Now, it has been shown in Nabagambe, no mwana ali mu lubuto, by the way, they get an erection. When they are in the womb, they get an erection. That is now sexuality. See, they are sexually active. It is because we are mu lubuto, ng'omutima bwe gukuba, like how they get hungry. You know, mothers, when you are hungry, do you know your baby becomes like more active? Because as you are, where are you saying? Are you a mother yet? I should get people here. So, because they are feeling the hunger. But my dear parents, these days, during the lockdown, stepping stone, we had a child, 6 years, who was sexually active with his brother, who was 8 years. They may not do what we call penetrative sex. Now you people came to learn. That's why I sent her away. Is my daughter away? Anisha has gone, right? She went away. Because there is what we call penetrative sex and there is superficial sex. So for them, because his penis is still small and is not very sure probably where the opening is, so they do superficial sex. So let's be very, very careful. So they do that superficial sex, but because of the feeling, and the feeling, they actually feel like they like it. So my dear parents, I see my young mothers here. Be careful. Even for them watching, they start, because naturally God made it that when you see people trying to be romantic, naturally, even as adults, you give a second eye. That's why pornography has flourished. You see people trying to kiss or about to kiss, you are like, hey, bagenda college. Even if you actually know what, as if you don't what? As if you don't know. So my parents here, when children come to visit you, people who have schools, let's be more conscious than ever before. Make sure the girls are alone and the boys, and make sure they don't sleep together. To utmost, let this head face this way on, because when they are together, because of the environment, it just increases. Otherwise, children are sexually active in penetrative sex. We have done a study, 8 years. They know how to penetrate. Do you imagine 8-year-old girl? Do you imagine you are even feeling it's
called mushrooms. Goosebumps.
Okay, so this is just to highlight that it is irrespective of ono muganda we obono jajja wo bakojja yazomulaba obani. After all, be basoka n'okutigaatiga abaana baffe. Bw'amala omukwatako omwana n'anyumirwa. Kojja na amutwakenga for granted because of that relationship. No kojja, they end up like fingering. We had a child who was fingering each other. Rachel, you remember that too? Of course, we don't disclose names. The son was fingering the daughter. Yes, wallahi in Sirimba, it happened. Brother and sister fingering. So let's just be as alert as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. This is the meet and greet with Dr. Hanifah. She's also going to be sharing her experiences as we go along. She's lucky to be interacting with a lot of children, you know. They have so many ideas, so many things that she has seen. So, I want us to go into the next question. Yes.
So if the age is not even clear at all, because so far I'm not sure which age.
We'll take an average of
Yes.
There was 14 and 8 in between.
8 and
10.
then 5 and then...
Yeah. So we'll take an average of between 8 and 10.
My age is alertness. Let us just open our eyes. I don't know how wide, but here comes this. If you went home abruptly and you found this son of yours dressed like a female, what would you do? We are talking about sexually active, but now this one I don't even understand. Is it a fashion disaster or something? But, of course, as parents, as a mother, first and foremost, wekanga
tulabe.
Wekanga. Because if you don't know the environment, because we are trying to maybe kind of understand the environment your child is in. For example, if you have an only boy, whereby the house is probably full of the girls' clothes, but that apart, the unconscious way of putting on the girl's dress, we are now adding in the sexually active. So this boy has chosen to put on a dress. And we are asking ourselves, first, which age is this? Is it a nursery boy? Is it a
teens?
Teens. So that is around 10, 9, 10, up to around 18. And we are seeing this, there's this gentleman, the son of our president, who is also designing. So we of course wanted to, first of all, you ask yourself as a parent first, what could be the cause of this as a parent? Because these days, you first of all, ask yourself what could be the cause. So if the cause is so many girls' clothes in the house, maybe that is an answer already. If the boy, maybe if the boy had a drama, Dr. Hanifah was saying maybe she had an act at school where he was a queen, so he's still enjoying that act, maybe those are the answers. But if this guy has intentionally to put on this dress, trying to maybe go to what people are saying today that me, I have a man's body, but
I identify as a man.
I feel like a woman. God forbid. We pray that these things don't even continue or come close to our homes. First and foremost, right away, me as a mother and a Hajat, I'll first and foremost address my son and tell him, hey, sick, what do you You immediately affirm that you are a man.
Yes.
Bring it directly in you bring in that male thing that you can call him immediately, so that maybe you bring in the alertness as fast as possible. So that this guy is like, hey, okay, because maybe the mom, if you're the mom and you bring in this reminder, it could cause. So you affirm very fast, you remind this guy that he's a man there and then let him appreciate that he is a man. Tulina ebintu byetwakulanga batugamba nti mama w'abaana gw'alina obujonjo mu maaso, mama w'abaana gw'alyanga otambula. There are those things our parents used to tell us, trying to make us appreciate that we are going to be mothers, we are going to be wives, we are going to be some important ladies. So you are telling this guy, I don't know, you get it? So you're trying to, again, you've affirmed that you are a man, but then you are trying to let him appreciate once again that being a man and what he is exactly is very important and is the right thing. Then, of course, we make an engagement. Again, getting on the age. Like the nights again, we engage according to age. No mubuza, you get it? Like all the clothes in the house. Why today? Why my hijab? Because it could even be your dress anyway. So you need to engage this guy and you get feedback from him. Because today we have these kids who can tell you very blunt answers and very direct answers. So from the answers that this person is going to give you, you now will tell where the intentionality is. Is it by accident? Is it by maybe achamusi akuwulidde ng'ojjanga talina lugoye n'aluteekako buteesi, but he could tell you that mami nze nkooye ebintu by'okwambala empale njagala biteeteeyi. Now that calls for a serious discussion. It calls for a serious discussion, and we sit down directly and guide. We directly guide. This is going to be based on the language and communication and connection we have with our children. Bananget, we are lacking. So you don't even know where to start. But if you've been having this, close-up relationship with this guy, you sit with him and directly guide according to the values in your home. Some people are guiding their children on a secular manner, and some people are guiding their children on a religious manner. So you sit with your child and remind him of where your values as a family are. And then lastly, of course, you monitor. The discussion comes in there and then. But if it comes again, that is maybe when we have to look for stepping stone. Thank you very much.
Can you clap for?
Yes, thank you so much.
For her? Did you hear the last statement? That is when you come to. I'm going to tell you another interesting story about that later. Let us first finish. But I have a quick pick up from where she started from. Approach to children. That's my take point. How do you approach your child when they have done wrong? Approach. Okay.
All right. She really did elaborate, I guess. She went step by step. Kubanga njagala kulabira ddala weekanza otya. Oyinza okwekanga ate omwana. Nayenga, I think she did try to elaborate step by step what could happen. And these are live examples of things that can actually do happen in a home. Being able to be very I want us to be alive to the fact that these things do happen. Ogenda okutuuka ewaka omwana n'akugamba nti owaayi nzizina engoye ezongulira sikyazaagala kali akateeteeyi ke kannyumira. So how do you handle as a parent? I just want us to get one more opinion about this, then Dr. Hanifah can come in. And then if there is no second opinion, Dr. Hanifah can just come in right away briefly, and we can get on to the third question of the day.
Basically, I think since I was on this table, we've really tried to make it up. But approach to children at whatever the age, especially as mothers, to papa. To papa. And by the way, Sigama is a si papa. But some things, when you are conscious about them, you self-check. You not regular self-check. Ngabo unayambala no gamba ye ateka nonga kanta buse kole kanka choose. Even parenting is about self-check. Shaban talked about approach. Amanda, approach. You have seen children who have just been beaten like 3 strokes in a buffer. Mubalabye mawulire. The other time we almost, I don't remember which year, at school, SAS College, we almost lost a child. Oli very nam baby konde kumbo mwana ina mu pacemaker, but the parents hadn't talked. The good thing I was around in agenda okulaba mwana behavior, remember something is not right. You see, na yena fabazade approach. Omanyi obusungu osindika omwana ngabye sumbusa no musindika ate nagwa mu flying pan buto namocha ate ne mudduka mu ddwaliro. You get that cascade. That could be like an exaggeration, but it is happening. Omwana abba olukumi ate n'omukuba n'oyitawo. That's what we call in parenting, always have what we call a reserve army. A reserve army means omwana okusinzira ku kyaba akoze pima. Oleke kujjayo majeego gonna red top, green top. Waliwo lwokozesa LDU. You get what I mean? Waliwo lwokozesa LDU, waliwo lwokozesa ignore. It's as though oba tobirabye naye ng'obirabye. But approach to children. Kubanga oyo omwana ayinza okwambala. I said, oba ku ssomero baazannya n'abeera queen. But he's trying to imitate the queenship. But nowadays, if they are teenagers, you should pick a leaf and follow. That's what Coach Zaituni ended with. Mwanoyo, why you love of all things? Whatever the age, togama nti akaana ko ak'emyaka ena kaagala nnyo obuteeteeyi, pick it up. Obeere ng'omwetegereza nnyo togamba ha omwana wange kyakula sajja. Ekyo ky'oyita kyakula sajja, yes, it can be in other aspects, but not in values of dressing, in values of talking, in values of behavior. Era omwana omuwala aba alina okugira bw'ogamba tositama nti oyo kyakula sajja, nedda. Bw'aba muwala nga tumugamba butasitama, ne bw'aba kyakula sajja tositama, period. Approach to disciplining of children, but still being more and more conscious than ever before. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. This is the Stepping Stone Meet and Greet with Dr. Hanifah. And we are in the thick of things. Ndabira ddala nti buli omu ekifaananyi akizzaayo in their homes and in their families. I guess we all have children, siblings, sisters, cousins that we look after. Nga nawe weteeka mu kifaananyi n'ogamba ne kati nze nandikoze ntya. So, njagala buli omu bwe tuba nga tuyita mu bino ebibuuzo, we just kind of try to reflect and see what you would do in that position. Even if you're not a parent per se, you have someone that you care about, someone younger than you. How do you go about it? Thank you so much, Doctor. Let us have the third question. That table over there.
Yes, good evening, fellow parents. Thank you, Dr. Hani, for this meet and greet session. Our question is, when would you think President Museveni should sign the gay bill? Now, later, or never? Our answer is now. We want President Museveni to sign the gay bill now. And we defend our now as below. We want him to sign the gay bill now because the reason number one is apparently in Uganda we don't have any they call it a teka lyonedifuga bagays oba bali bebisiyaga. Like those who watched news yesterday, I saw the police abakola okunoonyereza be bayise mu parliament naye nga bagamba tetulina bwe tuvunaana babisiyaga kuba tetulina tteeka likola ki libavunaana. So that's why, for that reason, we recommend President Museveni should sign the gay bill now, not later, nor even never. Our second reason as to why we say President Museveni should sign the bill now is because apparently now the homosexuality virus is at peak. Everywhere it's homosexuality, no matter the age, the institution, schools, in homes it's there, in schools it's there, in mosques, churches, everywhere. So that's why we plead that President Museveni should come in and sign the bill now. The other reason is that we want him to sign the bill now to even protect the young generation, to at least defend these young ones, because we hear from news, our children, even at Stepping Stone, they tell us they get kids of 10 years, 9 years, they know so much about homosexuality. So we want President Museveni to sign the bill now, such that when the bill is signed, there will be laws that will be put, maybe we assume they can say, like social media, posting or alertness should cut down. So that means the young generation is going to be protected more. The other reason why would you have to cut down the other reason why we think President Museveni should sign the gay bill now, not later, nor even later, to even get us some. They call them penalties or punishments. Like they say, they tell you, you're caught guilty of being a homo, a gay, a lesbian, or a what, maybe life imprisonment, or any other punishment. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. I think that one is a no-brainer. Yeah, that one is a no-brainer.
Those ones have got 100%.
Yes, I think our president should, within no time. However, we know homosexuality, issues to do with some homosexuality are also political, but we pray that God gives him guidance to be able to do what is right and not what is for the money. All right, the next part of the question, let's go.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for this wonderful occasion, and thank you everyone for coming. The question is, at what age do you think parents should start talking to their children about sex, relationships, and HIV-related diseases? So, with my team, we concluded on the age of talking to children about sex being 7 years. So here, we said at 7 years, probably this child is able to understand their environment and also to act according to it. And however, we are seeing children currently being so inquisitive, and in case a child asks, that's the time you have to start your talk. Then as well, at 7 years, we are preparing this child. Usually at the age of 9, children are growing breasts. Some are starting their menstruation for those that start early. So we want to prepare them early about their private parts. What's your private part? In case anyone touches you here, what do you do? Yeah, so we want to prepare them early so that in case it happens, they know what to do, and also to build their confidence of what to do. Then for relationships and HIV, I think progressively as you keep on talking to this child, this is when you also talk about the opposite sex and relationships. Then in case something happens, of course there are consequences. There is something called HIV. So if in case you get into sexual activities with someone, there are consequences. You can get HIV, and then you also talk to them about any other diseases or complications, pregnancy. Yeah. Then at what age would you give a phone to your daughter or son? Well, this one, we have children are usually having phones, like they will take your phone and here you're controlling it because it's your phone. But what age would the child have their own phone? We thought of 10 years. Yeah, we thought of 10 years because at 10 years, you've really had a long conversation with your child. You're able to judge and also think of the consequences of anything. Can this child talk to me about anything? At least you've had enough encounters and talks to this child of anything that can happen via phones and anything. Yeah, that is it mainly.
Okay, thank you so much. That is the opinion shared by that group of ladies over there. I just want to get one more person. If there is any one more person that wants to expound slightly more, there is a lady over there. And then obviously we'll have Dr. Hanifah come in to just seal it off.
Hoping I got the question right. I just want to share one bit, the one, when can you talk to children about sex? 7 is a bit older, especially one bit you said, telling them about their private parts. This can be as early as 2 years. Yes, as early as 2 years, you tell them no one should touch this. Because at 2 they know, they can tell, here is paining. Mommy, my hair is paining. Then you say, okay. And that's when also we teach them how to bathe. Teach them wash your private parts. So gradually you're teaching them, this is private, this is for the public. I can touch your hands, but since me, your mother, I'm not touching where you're washing, that is private. Unless you're sick and the doctor is doing it, that is private. You're starting a conversation about sex. Then gradually, because now they will tell you, yeah, this is whatever is exposed. You speak about the undergarments, you tell them not to walk naked in the house. You are a girl. Don't you see you're different? Because the more nakedness they expose, they lose it, and they're like, I can walk naked every time. We do that. We start it early. So the conversation about relationships can come a little bit later, but also in case they are HIV. Now, these are the ones born with HIV and you're aware. As you're speaking about sex, as you're speaking about relationships, the age is growing. At 7, you're telling them not to share some things. They're private. Don't share a razor blade. Don't share a sharp object. You know, you bring in the conversation gradually. By the time you really hit 10, 7, they know I don't share sharp objects. So that also comes with age. But for sex education, basic starts like at 2. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Like I said, there is no right answers, there is no wrong answers. We are just sharing our different opinions on the questions given. And just briefly for us to be able to open our minds and understand, you know, from the various backgrounds. So thank you so much for that submission. Yes?
Thank you. Really, I can't say much. I totally agree with what you have said. Maybe just to add on, always tell those kids, nobody should touch this part. It's your part. Children need to know about sex as early as possible. And as mothers, let me tell you one trick. If you want your boys to delay having sex, as mothers, talk to them about it. Feel comfortable with it. With us Muslims, there's something that you can never tell your child if he has religious. Are you aware that if you don't engage into sex before marriage, your parents go to heaven? Have you ever known that? It's a clear way to heaven. By the way, you have Jannah. If you bring up a child goes into marriage without engaging in sex, you are too blessed. I have an experience. My sons, you know, my husband told me that. And I tried on my firstborn. I told him that, you know what? I was shocked. I talked to him when he was in senior 1. He knew about everything. I told him that, don't you think it's good to engage into sex? When you're at university, he said, mommy, I don't want those feelings. I think I should first finish school. He was using the word feelings in senior 1. So the answer is, as long as the child understands, they can speak. Mommy, these days they say this is susu. This is susu, it is yours, nobody should touch it. So the issue of sex, tell them as early as possible. The issue of phones, it also depends. Because people use phones for different reasons. For example, COVID brought the online studies. What do? Kids got phones. So when should a kid get phones? It depends. That one depends. Even as early as 10, a kid can have a phone. Personal. We have controls. You need to put controls over what they see and what they don't see. And the earlier you engage your children with that, the better. Because if you don't buy it, somebody will buy it for him, for her. And this person loves me. She has even bought for me a phone, yet you can afford. Tell their children they are very beautiful. Tell them they have nice parts that nobody should touch. Because even when you tell them they are beautiful, because people use beauty to entice their children. You grow up knowing that Kamiat is a very beautiful girl. You never tell her that Kamiat, you are beautiful. Then along the way, before you see a girl having a mirror, looking at, because Sam told her that you are very beautiful. So please, sex as early as possible. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, let's just have her just to give something brief.
Few minutes. Yeah, we want to close this.
Okay, thank you so much for the privilege. I just want to add up to what they have said concerning the age in which you can speak about sex. Based on my experience, when I was young, I was not exposed to that knowledge of sex education because of the kind of environment I grew in. I was so much protected, and no phones, no going here, you're ever indoors, you don't have the knowledge. And one time, I almost became raped when I was in P2. I think my parents were not around. And I was picked from, the houseboy went to pick me because we had a houseboy by that time. I was in P2, I was in there. I think P2, I think it must have been P1. So I was picked from school and brought home. So I went into deep sleep. The houseboy went to do shopping, and a cousin had come, I think, passed by home, I think, to eat something, and he was a boy. So after eating, I think I was alone sleeping in the house, and the houseboy tells him to go, and I was sleeping. I didn't know anything. I just found somebody forcing himself on me. So I woke up and started screaming, and I was so terrified, and that is how the houseboy came in and pushed him away, and that is how he saved me. But I didn't know, I was actually so traumatized. You know when you're in deep sleep, and you find somebody forcing himself on you? So you come to realize I got so much trauma, it took over 3 years. I was so scared, so scared of anyone that comes near me. Even I was just so scared about any male person that comes near me. So you come to realize that I was not exposed. I didn't know anything. I was not so much, I didn't know anything. But you know, if you're exposed, it helps you to defend yourself. Because he used to throw some words at me, but I didn't know. I didn't understand. So you come to realize when children are exposed into this kind of knowledge, they can defend themselves. You see, it took me time to get exposure. It took a very long time. All my time up to university, I had too much trauma that nobody could even easily talk to me. So you find it is out of that exposure, it made me become an introvert, and yet I was a very social person. So you find that trauma, even people who come to you, you don't want to speak to anybody who is a male, because of that trauma from childhood. So you find it's very good to expose children to that, because I did not do much. I did not, actually the houseboy helped me out. Then it called my parents, and that is how they came to me, and that cousin of mine got evacuated from home. So you come to realize, as parents, expose your children, because you do not know what they pass through. It took me time to get exposed to it, and yet my parents were too fearful to expose these things to me. So you find the more you engage your children, it gives them a stand and a ground to defend themselves when even you're not there.
All right, thank you so much for that personal submission indeed.
Meet and greet.
So, yes, lastly, on this.
Yes, thank you so much, Shaban, for allowing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Najuma Christine Sega, blessed and favored. I just wanted to comment on question for that table. We bless the Lord for stepping stone. Some of us, we are here, parents, we say, talk to your child about sex education. It's not easy as a cup of tea. I'm married to the most handsome man for the last 28 years, Dr. Ronald Segawaja Agenda. We have children and grandchildren. We went to school with this beautiful lady, though I didn't do medicine. But, so, what I'm saying, we have children and grandchildren. It's not easy to talk about it, but you need to do it anyway. But if you fail, get a mentor. Get somebody to hold your hand. Come to Stepping Stone. We shall sit with you. We shall take your children through it, and then you will start from there. Friends, many parents can't speak to their children about sex. And me, I know it. I'm a marriage mentor and relationship coach and a parenting consultant. I know. But if you can't do it, I can do it for you. And then with the aunties, Twalagawa, Bamama Bato, we no longer talk to our nieces, our nephews. We don't wish the children of our sisters well. But the time is now. When we meet like this, let's talk about when we meet in the village. Let's talk to those young girls. Let's talk to those young men. And by the way, you have this and this, but you can handle like this. So I want to conclude by saying, parent, the time is now for us. It's not business as usual, but when we come to such spaces as Stepping Stone, let's learn and let's be open and let's ask somebody to hold your hand. Thank you.
Yes, on addition to that, I'm telling you, if you don't have time, Just give us your kids. Stepping stone. Give us your kids. You know you're busy, you're working. We have membership. I'm telling you a secret. 30,000 a year. Just imagine a year. And we do for you what? Stepping stone. 30,000 a year. We like. It's going to be a full packed thing. You don't have to struggle. Smanga vidi. I tell you in Nairobi. I tell you calling your sister. Bananga vidi. Stepping stone inge kugatira onga tugenda ngomwana tumulaba. Ochitegera. Mutu wabana. Go tell your neighbors, cousins what? You bring your kids to Stepping Stone. Okay? Yes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And just to add on what she said, ladies and gentlemen, I think let me come here. Please. So I must reiterate what she has said. Because of the numerous experiences that we get from the various parents and the various homes, it exposes you to a lot of information. And she talked about knowledge. Knowledge is power. So because we have knowledge that does come in from the different homes, different family backgrounds, and different so many things, we are able to know how best to help your children. You see, I know how hard it must be, like she said, how hard it must be for a parent to talk to your child. First of all, you love them, you're biased, you know, I know how hard. You're also ignorant, 110%. You're ignorant. Topic, but how do you tackle that topic precisely? But this is why we have professionals, and this is why we have professionals in all other fields. That is why you call in an electrician. Or you might have an idea, but you might not be able to do it the same as you would. My mother here is a doctor, but she never treats us. I remember the one time she did try. Yadi against over Senego, but we asked so many years ago. Nendwala, Sudais, Nemukulu wange nalwala, and she was trying because we were really sick. She was the best. I remember she used to be the best at giving IVs. Bonobusua. Ngamanyo kubunonya. Nenga kufe bumubula. Ngaizo kankana yena. You know? So this is why Stepping Stone platform is here, and this is why Dr. Hanifah literally devoted herself to try and put a stepping stone into families. Because of Binji, I'm a young father. The last time we had a session, I was telling you how I was expecting Kati. Alhamdulillah, I'm a young father. And every day, I'm getting to see the beauty of what it means to have a child. And, you know, Olusi nenga manekati ono mtabani wangu ebanga manchi obawe ainacha koze. How am I going to handle? Because I love the guy with all my heart, body and soul, and I cannot even imagine what it means to even, you know, get a stick over. How? You know? So I can only relate to what, you know, it does feel. But Stepping Stone ready, and let us be ambassadors of the good gospel that comes out of this platform. Thank you. Right about now, allow me to, like I said, I know we are behind schedule, but we're going to try and shift pages here and there. Let me invite Coach Zaitun Kachama to come in a very few minutes to do her session. And there, right after, I'll let you guys know what is happening next. Thank you.
Actually, I don't have a session, Shaban.
Yes.
The time is too little for a session, But good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you here, for choosing to be here. This is a very important space. It is actually a unique space. You know, back then, we used to have, like Christine has mentioned, the community was responsible for raising the children. You could not walk around doing funny things on the road and people let you go away scot-free. But today you see children. Today I saw kids taking ice, this called ice in Buvera, walking on the street in uniform. And I was like, because I still have that traditional me in me. So that is a norm. It is a culture setting. A human being is a complex person. It is a complex person. Right from when you were a fetus in your embryo in the womb, up to where we are today, it cannot be one person to raise you. Even your father and mother are not enough. Okay? That is why then everybody was responsible. And we can tell the difference between the people who are raised by the community and us who are raising our children, like from, actually today it is now single parent. We have gone to from the two, the two are not enough, but now it is like, I'm going to raise my children. You get it? So these two people have even chosen to even half the quota. So the two parents are not enough to raise a complex human being. This is why we are now in need of specialists. We are in need of people who have come out with passion. When you look at Coach Hanifah, when you look at Dr. Hanifah Namala, this is someone who is coming out with not only experience. She's not coming out with only the expertise, the qualification, but we are seeing someone who has come out and has chosen to do this with passion. This is someone you're going to call. I want to believe that if I called Hanifah at 2 a.m. and I told her omwana wangari, she will have something to do. But we are in this world where people are tired. You get it? So if we have a stepping stone platform where someone is coming in to give you a hand, we had better take this hand very seriously. We should better tell everybody that there is a Senga somewhere, there is a judge somewhere, there is a chairman somewhere, then the chairman, Banangi. Over what happened to the LC village meetings? Do you remember those meetings? Your mother will go with you, and after the meeting, Baba wa ine sukari, kakiro ka sukari no muchere. What happened? Because then we would discuss that the other neighbor's children are jumping the other one's fence. But today we do not have that communal setting, which is very, very key to raise important and very valuable people. So I want to upload Stepping Stone. I want to upload Dr. Hanifah. You have come in to do something that is very big. But with your passion, you are going to do it. The labor pains. Those who have gone through the labor pains. Me, I've gone through them 10 times. And there's a point when I'm like, but these children are here. If I could give them to somebody. And Hanifah has put herself there to give the 10 children to her. So I want us to, first of all, give her a hand clap. Secondly, I want us to pledge. If you're not part of the platforms, where the step, we have the social media platforms, we have the YouTube, we have the Instagram, we have the Facebook, we have an office in Chanja, we have a WhatsApp group. Ensure you should be part of this movement, because without us looking at these teenagers, Uganda is dead, East Africa is dead, and the whole world is dead. And this is the time to tap a human being. When we all trace that time, I was sharing, I think on Thursday, I was in Wakiso Muslim Secondary School. And I was telling these little people that you people don't know that we were like you. You just reduce the years. I just remind, myself of when I was in senior 3. Me, they nearly suspended me, actually expelled me. Senior 3, because of being talkative. Me, I could not keep quiet. All the time on assembly, they would read your name is somewhere. Either it is number 1, 2, or 3, And if you are raised, they read your name, that is in discipline. But if you were not handled well, that could, lead you to an expulsion. So we have people who are qualified, people who are putting a lot of research. When Hanifah sits you in a session, there are things that she said the other time, and she discussed how the brain, there's a forebrain, then a back brain, then a left brain, and then other. And you're looking at this person, she's having sleepless nights over people's children. So my words are, let us, those who are here, let's ensure that we are part of the movement. Let us be part of the Stepping Stone platform so that we can be part of the blessing to the children. Because emitie mito banange. And one thing, the last point is, these children, Shaban is saying he loves his son. Your mother loves you. The grandmother loves her. Okay? But that love, the parental love, has a lot of limitations. It has a lot of wrongdoings. We have killed our children. I'm smiling. He doesn't know how to raise a stick. Come and I train you how they beat children. You know, where Sanganga, it is a stick that will answer the questions. So, Stepping Stone platform is here for all of us. You can decide to be a member. You can decide to be, I think we shall have gold, you know, the super parents. We have platforms. We move with people. You can come and move with us. We have exposure for you children. Organized and beautiful exposure. They take your child to go and visit the prison, so that they can be able to tell what would happen to them in case they did what the people who are in prison did. So we have organized, arranged, and age-appropriate exposure, instead of what is going on whereby the children are seeing anything, anyhow, anywhere. Our children are getting spoiled on our phones and on our TV screens. So I want to stop here by thanking you. You are very welcome. This is going to be I think it's going to be a regular meet whereby we come in and we brainstorm on these things, so that we come out and we go to Nafetutu, the message goes out. Thank you for taking part of this. Thank you for sparing the time. You are all very welcome. I think information is all over. Mukubama simu mutawanye. Hanifah has brought out herself to be disturbed. Thank you for listening to me.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Zaitun. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also inform you that Coach Zaitun is one of those super mothers that we have left in this generation. She has 10 children. 10 children. So obviously what that does is she comes with immense experience. Thank you so much, Coach Zaitun, for those words of encouragement. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to request the lady of the moment, Dr. Hanifah, to come and just have her session with us. Sadly, people have been held up. Ne katutandike, katutandike. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with only one step. And this right here is one step towards our destination. Dr. Hanifah, please, a round of applause as she makes her way. Tadeyo, blood, sweat, money, I cannot fathom what she's going through. Nayenga, she's here for you to meet and greet her. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Those of you who don't, do you realize he's my son? I can even tell him to greet, although he's a father now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what a moment. This is a moment. Can I request all of you to first stand up and you stretch? Let us stretch, because you came to meet and greet. At this particular moment, I must let you know that non-communicable diseases endwadde ezijja olwa lifestyle nyingi. Kati mugire mukoleke kugira omugongo gunnuma, ekifuba wano kinnuma, oli yayimba omugongo gunnuma. So just stretch a bit. Thank you very much. You may have your seats. Dear distinguished parents to be or parents already, I'm so delighted to be here. I have daughters here. Nina abampita senga, abampita mama, abampita jaja. Parenting is not for cowards. Irrespective of all the senior mother or a young mother, you are on the right track. I'm so excited. I have my mentor who tells me that it is irrespective of numbers. The issue is to start. I'm so excited. This is the second parent session we are organizing. It does not matter. Transforming one life is better than transforming none. I see in the room we are about 25 people. That's very fine. Can you help me? Which is the good standing point? Omanyi saasoma bino bya IT. Wano abisoma mbulidde. So, and this takes you, I see several coaches here, and with due respect, may I request every coaches to stand up? Coaches, please stand up. Katoyinza okugamba naye Dr. Hanifah alina bano ba agement, alina ba semi agement, alina bali ba millennials, the youngsters. Excuse me, success is about being universal. Please sit. It's about being universal. Olusi posting akantu abone bangamba Dr. Hani ezokala tezikola. Let's not be shy about learning, growing. I'm not sure. I'm not a person who. How should I make the presentation? Can you help me? Is it possible? Will you be able to manage? Okay. Thank you very much. I am here as Dr. Hani. Banange nze nno gwe mulaba. Nandibadde ndi eyo mu ddwaliro, a pediatrician who would be seated in the hospital to wait for sick children. But I saw there was a gap. And I said, I cannot wait for children who are sick to find me in hospital. I should begin seeing children who are not yet sick so that they don't get sick. I'm with you here, you the parents. Kubanga abana babeera nammwe. To tell you some of the things that we've seen when I started this movement of being outside. Nga siri mu ddwaliro nga ndi where the children are, where the parents are. My daughter yesterday got an award. She was Shahira. Please clap for her, though she's not here in absentia. She's the one sometimes when I'm coming to speak or when I'm on virtual sessions, she says, Mami, tebagamba ara. Say R. So when you hear me change some, R, you know. So, stepping stone, we have teens mentorship programs. Banange, emirembe jagwa, we don't even trust our own husbands or mothers or neighbors or sisters. So we have a very comprehensive program. We mentor them. We give career guidance. Abana tubabuulira emirembe jagwawo nga buli mwana agamba nteekwa kuba musawo lawyer. Bw'obuuza mu class who wants to be a teacher, they will all laugh at you. Even right now. But we should be telling children that being a teacher is equally good. If you are a type of child who likes teaching, omwana omulaba nga yayagala okusomesa banne, encourage that child. So that's what we do as stepping stone. Omwana fete tumwagala, we cannot be identical to our children. Ndi musawo n'abaana bange bonna bateekwa kubaaki. We were just seated there and my own were teasing me, Mama, ebyobusawo byaggwa. Tuleke tusome bye tukola ki? And I pretty pick it. We do boot camps. School visits fe tugenda mu masomero. Omwana wo eyo musomero omwana wo gyali. Call us. Tell them someone can talk to your children as low as nursery. We have the language. The beauty with me and my team, sikwewana, tugenda ne tukwata obusawo bwe twasoma mu medical school. Ne tukwata obusawo bwe twakola masters. Ne tukwata byonna psychology, and you see, I am a trainer. Beyond success. Ono musajja, today please, go and Google. John Maxwell. Genda banayi tova wano. Everybody at least 1 second nsaba muwandiika oyo omusajja. John C. Maxwell. Mumuwandiike osomeyo akantu kasomesa about leadership. I am a trainer. Na wano mu Uganda mulimu trainer Dr. Hilda Bahati. She's the one training us. So you can imagine the effort, the energy I've put in myself. Nandibadde nkoma mu science. Science is not enough for parenting. Actually, it is very little as far as parenting is concerned. Since morning, sinaba kukebera bitabo biri scientific inti chichi. I've just been managing other things concerning parenting. The workbooks, tulina workbooks obutabo bwe tuwandiika so that are age appropriate. Banange obeera ku TV n'ofa. People who are showing imifaliso, they begin with the people kissing themselves. But then you feel like dying. Do you also feel so? Abaana baffe tulina kati okubafunira ebintu ebiri mu myaka gyabwe. So we write books. We are beginning, but I know we shall go on improving. We write books that are appropriate to the child. Omwana 8 years should know their private parts. Beginning with 2 years. I know that was one of the questions. Omulembe gwavaawo abaana okunaabira ku lubalaza. Where the neighbor and the whatever should see them. But a sister bathing with a brother. So some of these things that we are writing, they are experiences. Of course, and counseling. But now, sometimes, like Coach Zaitun said, someone calls you and he said, Dr. Hanifah, I'm dying. I found my child watching pornography. The parent is dying. And I'm telling you, these are life stories. You know? We talked about exposure on the phone. We have safety online. Ono Shabani bebabikola. That's his speciality. Omwana muwesimu, because technology cannot wait for us. Your child should have the phone. Even in 2 years. Limit the time. As they grow nabagambye, they are wired to understand. Lwaki mami asula ne daddy? Why are my private parts like this? The other day Saida was saying, when we were talking about the 8 years old and we were telling them, how do you prove you are a man? Can you imagine those 8 years? They were saying, you know when you sleep with a girl, you know when you sleep 8 years. 8 years. 8 munana awonkogera anta. 8. You know 8 years. Ngabe batugamba, teaching them that we test manhood when you wake up in the morning and your penis is erect. That is the thing that shows you are a real man. We tell them these things. Kati omwana pornography ye mugamba, you know, that you can only test if you are a man if you do these things that they are showing in the video. Library books, you saw that clip. Library book omwana 10 nga kamulaga oral sex. Omuwala afukamidde, omulenzi akola ki? Amununa. It was there in the books. You get what I mean? So kati, we do those things. Online consultation. Pornography is becoming pornography. And I usually help parents, nangamba, nze nabadde nfa. That is what we do as stepping stone. Next. Sumaya. Next. So why we release next? We had boot camps. We've been having boot camps. Initially, by the way, my initial interest was only the real teenagers. Medically, teenagers are from 10 years. But do you know, I noted that by the time they are 10 years nowadays, it is late. So we did a pre-teen camp. That one we had over 150 around there. So children of 8 to 10 years, they were the most active. They know stuff. They were so inquisitive. Up to now, they keep calling me. Because we told them, get your professional backstop. Omusajja ati omwana mugamba nti ate kakasolo ati ate penisi ekyogere mu luzungu like how Coach Christine said baneno nga tebyogereka. It is true, but for us we have an approach. Remember, I present myself as a doctor, so first of all that one we have counselors, so they know you have some degree of proficiency, and we do it. So by the time I say and I tell them some words, they stop here. Now you take me off camera, because now, you know? Because when I say that, we are only talking these things because we are learning science. So when I say the penis, and we draw the picture of the penis, and we told them what it shows, this, yeah, I have it, I was wondering. Then they said, my friend said, if you are erect, you have to do those bad manners. Then I'm interested, bad manners, which one? Boys sleep with the girls. You see how children are thinking? They think wherever they are erect, they have to sleep with. Mboba, you touch yourself. They may not know the word masturbation, by the way, but they know you touch yourself, and then the thing goes down. And I talk about those effects of masturbation and all that. So trust us. Remember, we are also mothers. You know, TV, social media, so all those things we can be able to do. We have also come to know that you can have children who study very well, but they don't have even the confidence to speak. So we have even started soft skills. Gone are the days when we think that omwana bwaba ayogera amasa agakola ki. Long ago, your age, Coach Christine. Yes, my age mate. Age is just a number, by the way. Yeah. So they would tell you, they look me straight in the eyes. You are not a ordinary daru. Akana kajja kuba kalalu. Mukaba. But these days when I'm talking to my stone stepping campus, what do I tell them? We have a slogan, straight in the eyes. Then they introduce themselves. Bajja bagamba, my name is so and so. No, so kobaleka. After the session of confidence, they are the ones who say, it's not looking straight. He's doing things of, you know how they say. So we tell them, how do you speak to people? As low as 8 years. So, please, let's embrace stepping stone. Menstruation. Banange, do you know nowadays, we have children, 7 years, getting into menstruation. You are fearing to say these things, but they are really happening. Self-esteem, abana beyagala batya. Self-esteem, omwana yewulira mukatya. Oba muwaloma, that self-esteem. We teach them. Why do you have those bad thoughts? Sometimes it's us parents who are influencing those bad thoughts. How? Mulabe no muserebende nga sengawe. Mulabe ebibere binene biringanga ebyajjajjawe bya family. You are already interfering with the beauty, with the esteem. Ono mwana tajja kwekiririzaamu. The parent there said, how many times do we tell our children that they are beautiful? You have nice eyes. I like your bums. Mai is laughing. I have a granddaughter, Mai, there. She has omulabo omwana oli ajja kuba n'akabina ye Mariam kati njira ne mugamba muni ebina ngebina ddene bina lya jjajja likuume. Then you can see how she feels. She says jjajja otoba naffe twagala otuwaana mukitegeera naye ate abaana abato ffe tetwagala tuwaana. So all those things we teach our children. Okay? Body changes, of course, we tell them. Do you know, parents, oyina omwana wa myaka 8 tomugambangako nti you'll get pubic hair. Then when their friends tell them, they want to see, how does pubic hair? As they are doing those things, they end up touching our children. Tell them, 8 years, you don't go deep. You say as you are growing tall, also here some hairs might come. We have those pictures there. You see how we are teaching them menstruation? We took and we show them. Some of them have already started their periods. They come afterwards. The parent calls. You know? So it is very, very important. We teach them breast examination, the bigger ones, 13 to 15. Kubanga omukazi yenna ateekwa okumanya ebbeere lye libeeramu nti, such that if they get abnormal lumps or things in there, they can be able to know. We talk about relationships, by the way. The moment I say that, remember relationship, you begin a relationship with your parents. That's how we start. Relationship with your friends. By the time we go to romantic and whatever, that's a different type of relationship. There are children who are not friendly. Tagabana. Kyanyumya. But the other time I had a child who had actually got a mental problem because yeyewulira yeka everybody tamwagala buli muntu amulaba mbu nga atategeera. She's just 11 years. Ne buli muntu amulaba, me I don't trust those people. But then now she had developed a mental problem. Akaaba dakiika emu n'amala n'aseka n'akaba because she has that complex, relationship complex. And it's a big problem. Okay? Value addiction. How do you add value to yourself? The bigger ones. Abaana babeereka nga tasobola. Kati omwana abaana tetukyabasomesako wadde kutunga. Tamanyi wadde kutunga. Tamanyi wadde kugaa nti kansiike. Ajaga iwaawo gatuwunyire. Let them do it. They are children. Don't you forget. I see some people laughing. Probably that's was ajazigubye ngo yajazigubya azigubye ngo ozigubulu obolo Luganda chani yasoma Luganda ozigubulu okay, so these boot camps are very, very important. Okay, of course the big ones, career is very, very important. Okay, next. And then we have career specialists. We visit schools. Tugenda mu ssomero kye tusooka bambi bw'oba waakumpita mu ssomero lyo tonteekako etteeka mbu simanya metron abeerewo senior lady nurse njagala ne mba n'abaana ne booge they talk things. By the time we go back for a follow-up, it's the teachers that are calling bane mukomeo because they talk, we shape them, character alone. How many of you teach your children values, simple values? So school visits are really very, very important. That one went to Nabisunsa. We went to Mukono, Forest Hill, Mukono. And parents are really, we do parenting sessions also. Different, like if you have a school day for parents and whatever, we are going to Nabisunsa again, parents meetings. You know? By the way, we've gone as at a level of family meetings. We've had family meetings with families. Abantu abamu organizing anga family. We come and talk. Okay? Let's continue. And of course, boot camps, let's just continue. So basically, I want to share a few success stories that as we wind up, I've seen children change. Abaana bakyuka ne batereera. Omwana aba mukambwe naye ng'alina katono akamutabudde. Alaba ku TV, omwana you know, we've seen them change. We've seen children now looking at their bodies with the dignity. Omanyi omwana buulirwe yeemalamu amaanyi, dignity of their bodies. You know, children knowing about menstruation and knowing about their changes is really very, very important. We've reunited children with their parents. During COVID, they really conflicted. Zomwana sikyamugambako, all those things. And of course, career. Online presence etuyambye nnyo okutegeera. So please continue spreading. Last. Yeah. Ono tetujja musasula. Yes, all these things are really, we sign MOUs, you know? Netusayininga namwe oba somero, oba chachi, oba muzikiti, oba uwa byonna tugendamu. But some parents are still poorly participating. But abaana baabwe omwana wange bajja mwonoona sinze mwonoona. We don't teach sex education, we teach sexuality. Ekimukwatako nga ye. Sex education may be for senga, but sex education is teaching how to have sex. That's not what we teach children. Okay? So please follow us. We are credible people. Follow us on our social media handles. Please. But gone are the days as I wind up. If you have a third-party insurance for your car, you have it, why? In case of accident. Who is your in case of accident? In case you need correct information for your child. Stepping Stone is the answer. Thank you very much.
All right, another round of applause for Dr. Hanifah. Dr. Hanifah briefly told you what Stepping Stone is all about. and the vision, the mission, the values that Stepping Stone holds dearly. So, I hope it was a very informative session. I hope we've all picked out a thing or two so that we can better ourselves, better our children, better ourselves as parents. So, I'm going to request our IT expert to play a video for us.
Kaniz Fatima, good girl. Kaniz Fatima, everyone loves her. She is truthful. She strives the wrong and enjoys the right. Fatima, everyone loves her. She is truthful. She strives the wrong and enjoys the right. Fatima.
Ice cream man is here. Ice cream man is here. Come and get your ice cream before it runs out. Sweet and fresh ice cream is here. The ice cream man is here. Come and get your tasty ice cream.
Ice cream.
It's selling quickly. Buy it before it runs out. Your sweet, tasty and fresh ice cream is here. Buy it before it runs out. Hurry, hurry before it runs out. Your favorite ice cream is here.
Excuse me.
Yes, my dear.
Assalamu alaikum, uncle.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Can I please have an ice cream, uncle?
Sure.
Chocolate flavor, please.
Did you come on your own?
Yes, uncle. I just live there.
Alright then, here you go. Be careful, dear.
Wow! Chocolate ice cream, yum!
Excuse me, can you help me please?
Huh?
The summary of the hadith of the final messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is that the one who respects his elders, meaning honors them, shows them reverence, will be with me in paradise. Raika! Raika? Raika? I don't know where she's gone. Raika! Raika! Raika? Oh no! Why is the front door open? That's not a very good sign. Where is Raika gone? I'm so worried for her.
It's gonna be so much fun today. We'll play games with Raika. We'll have a party and loads of fun. What do you say, Barira? Yes, that's right. We'll play all day long and have loads of fun. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Did you guys see Raika anywhere?
We just got here. Our dad just dropped us off now.
Oof.
Why, sis? What's wrong?
I'm looking for Raika. I just don't know where she's gone.
Where could she be? Where could she go?
I think that she's been kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Haven't you heard that? The children that go out of the house without informing anyone, someone kidnaps them and takes them away.
Then what happens?
The kidnapper then asks for loads of money.
I've got £10 with me.
Yes, I also have £5 with me.
Raika! Oh, that's okay then. We'll free up Raika. After all, she's our friend.
Sister, we both have £15 on us. Don't worry, we will pay and set Raika free. What's wrong with you, Ariba? What are you saying? I feel as if Raika has been kidnapped, and kidnappers take children away and then ask for loads of money to set children free.
Allahu Akbar! Ariba, what are you saying?
May Allah forbid! Raika must be somewhere around here. And Barira, remember, no one should say such kind of things. This is not good at all. Instead of this, we should say, May Allah forbid, as we seek refuge with Allah. Ariba, the summary of a hadith is that never a bad statement should be uttered from your mouth. So in the light of this hadith, we should always think positive. Negative thinking spreads fear amongst us, and it also makes us extremely restless and anxious. Sure, sis. It won't happen again.
But we'll have to take this very seriously.
That's true.
Ganesh Fatima, what's wrong? Why are you calling out for Raika?
Dad! I don't know where's Raika gone. She's not inside the house, and the main gate is also open.
Oh no. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. May Allah make it easy. Have a look around. She must be somewhere here.
Dad, me, Ariba, and Barira have searched through the whole house.
That's right, Uncle.
Yes, Uncle. We also look for her everywhere. Is it possible that Raika has gone with Brother Ghulam Rasool?
No, Ganesh Fatma. I sent Ghulam Rasool somewhere for some work, and it's been quite some time since he's gone. You guys stay in the house. I'll go out and have a look.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
You seem so worried, Brother Ahmed. Is everything all right?
We can't find Raika. We don't know where she's gone. We've looked everywhere, but we can't find her.
Raika? I saw Raika standing next to Ice Cream Man.
What? Where did you see the Ice Cream Man?
He was standing in front of your house.
Allah forbid in case.
Well, don't worry. Quickly, call police.
In a rush, I forgot my phone at home. Let me go back home and ring them.
Okay.
Dad, did you find her anything?
No, my dear. I'm about to ring the police now. Uncle Babu saw her standing next to the Ice Cream Man.
Raika also loves to eat ice cream, isn't it? Oh Allah, make dua in your court that please save Raika. The danger keeps increasing. Make sure you keep your money safe.
Yes, that's right. I have £10.
Raika's back! Raika's back! Everyone, Raika's back! Raika's back!
Raika's back!
Where did you go, my sweetheart? How worried we all got.
Nowhere, Dad. I didn't go anywhere.
Raika, you weren't here. Tell us quickly now, where did you go?
Dad, I brought her from the next street.
Raika? What did you go over there for?
Actually, I went to get some ice cream. And what happened then was...
Can you help me, please? Do you know where Brother Amjad's house is?
The one with the yellow gate.
Jazakillah.
How cute this puppy is. Let me play with it a little bit. Oh no, my ice cream! Where are you going? Give me back my ice cream! Stop now, you naughty puppy! Give me back my ice cream! That's my ice cream, why are you taking it? Stop now! I'm not letting you go and escape! Come out now! You stole my ice cream! What do I do to you now? You're in a big trouble!
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Raika, what are you doing on your own here?
Oh, it's you. I'm sorry, brother. The puppy snatched my ice cream.
But where is the puppy?
Look, there he is.
Oh, Raika, I'll buy you another one. For now, come home with me. Everyone would be getting worried for you.
All right then.
Raika, you have no idea how worried we all got. The children who go out of their house on their own without informing their elders, anyone can kidnap them.
Allah forbid, Dad. What are you saying?
May Allah always protect you. But remember, you should never leave the house on your own without informing an elder.
I'm sorry, Dad. I won't do this ever again.
That's good, she's back now. And our £15 is safe as well.
That's true. With the same money, we can also eat ice cream.
Dear children, wherever we may be, we should make sure that we don't leave the house without informing our elders. And whenever we go out, we should either go with our elder brother or our dad. And whenever we face any difficulties, then instead of creating a scene, we should be patient and find a good solution for it. And remember Allah Almighty, because Allah Almighty says in the Holy Quran, Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. Pay heed. Only in the remembrance of Allah is the satisfaction of hearts.
صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم.
Oh wow, how beautiful it looks. Let me put this color over here. That's nice. Hold on, where's my other block? Yes, there it is.
Where did I put my things? I just put it here, but it's not even here. Sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam.
Why are you reciting Sallallahu ala Muhammad?
It is stated in a blessed hadith that if a person forgets something, he should recite Salat and Salam. Inshallah, he will remember that forgotten thing.
Have you lost something that you can't find?
Yes, I can't find my stationery pouch and my notebook. I can't remember where I put them.
Sallallahu ala Muhammad Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Yes, I remember now. I know where it is. Let me go and get it for you.
Oh, that's great. Jazakillahu khairah.
There you go, Brother Ghulam Rasool. There you go.
Huh? Kaniz Fatima, you don't give something by throwing it. These are bad manners. Whenever you want to give something to someone, give it to him in his hand, with your right hand.
Inshallah Azza wa Jal. I will be careful in future.
Kaniz Fatima, good girl. Kaniz Fatima, everyone loves her.
What should I do?
This.
What should I do? What should I do? Why not make some fresh juice? Tasty and yummy fresh juice. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Sweet and fresh juice. It is yummy and delicious. Sister once told me something. What was it?
The final messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wa sallam said, a person does not become a complete believer until he doesn't like for others what he likes for himself.
Let me make some juice for sister as well. Ah! Oh! Huh? Oh! Is that an earthquake?
What was that? Oh no! Did you get hurt?
Of course I'm hurt. If someone falls, wouldn't they get hurt?
But how did the glass break?
The glass slipped from my hand and it broke.
Oh, that's not what I'm asking.
Then what are you asking?
I'm asking you how exactly did you fall down?
Then why don't you say that? You're more worried about the gloss than me.
My dear and beloved sister, I'm more worried about you. What if you got hurt by this gloss?
Actually, I was just making some juice for you, and the glass slipped out my hand and broke. I didn't break it on purpose.
My dear sister, you're still too young. You should not try to make anything in the kitchen on your own. It's dangerous for you. Remember that Mum told you before as well, that you are not allowed to open kitchen drawers on your own. Allah Almighty gets angry when you disobey your parents, and if the glass had fallen on your foot, it could have injured your foot as well. You could have been in a lot of pain, but Allah Almighty saved you. Alhamdulillah, you did not get injured or harmed in any way. Children of your age should come to the kitchen with a mum or elder sister, so that you can assist and help them.
Jazakallahu khaira.
In the respect of Azan, stop your conversation and all your activities and reply to the Azan and earn abundant reward.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Okay, you go get ready for Salah, and I'll just clean the kitchen then come off for Salah.
Can I ask you something?
Yes, go ahead.
I can't understand one thing.
What is it that you can't understand?
Today when I fell down, neither did you make fun of me, nor did you laugh at me. Once before, I fell down outside, and all the kids started to laugh at me.
This is a very bad thing. Allah Almighty states that, O believers, men should not laugh at other men. It is possible that they are better than those who are laughing at them, and neither should women laugh at other women. It is possible that they are better than those laughing women.
Jazakallahu khaira. What a beautiful thing you just mentioned. By the way, where did you learn all this from?
Ameen. These beautiful teachings are taught to us by our beautiful religion, Islam. Riker, here, have some water. What's wrong? Why have you suddenly got so much cough? Oh, you've got a very high temperature.
I don't know how I got a cough and a high